I would not be surprised, to be honest. I think the picks of dance are going to go pretty similar. Taking the Rengar away from Inori, I think Inori is very deserving of the #1 or #2 Rengar NA title, along with Impaler, I would say. And that's a champion that you really never want to give him because of how high impact he is and finding those mid-game initiations. Surprised he didn't go with the Lee Sin last game, because that's another one of his great champions and it wasn't picked or banned.
Yeah, I think that this time around, they weren't prioritizing so much on the jungle because they knew if they could get the catch in. So, now, like over on the other side, you have Nintendo. He's played an incredibly good Jarvan game. That's been kind of more of his go-to. Obviously, some of his prior big junglers, Elise, got the nerf, wasn't really as big of a pick, and they've been working around these catch and just second win kill compositions. And I think also a statement has to be made for who he said, and it's very much a no-brainer to ban that one away this time.
Yeah, and that was a very high impact pick for them last game. One thing, the Soraka pick is a little bit interesting. Now, Body Drop has been known to play.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the North American LCS Expansion Tournament. We've done a little bit of a caster swap out so we can better facilitate some of those objectives. But of course, I am Devin, Pyrotechnics Young, TJ Azumo Sanders. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic.
Definitely not.
That hype video, though? I'm really looking forward to I Am San Jose.
I am extremely excited for that, actually. And you know what? You guys can go ahead and check that out if you would like to go there, be part of that as well. The Jarvan ban away. This is going to sell ESL.GG/IEM San Jose for him, and now we'll see what they do take off for Fusion. We hope to see you guys there. But you know, we got to get a little bit back into the games because should be a pretty strong choice future right now. It's time for NME and Fusion. This is going to be an
Nintendo is sort of a jungler who, but before we do that, we're going to go ahead and give you guys another brief tournament overview of how this whole thing works. We started out with 13 teams. As much as possible. We put them into 4 groups. They played in a best-of-3 group series. And on Fusion, though, he's actually transformed into a very aggressive playmaking live, which is not something that we've seen from right here very often at the ESL, but it's actually working out quite well. And we have not a teams already that are going to be participating. He was known to play very much in his LCS days. Final 5, it's a champion that he's definitely picked up recently, and I wouldn't be surprised. And this next match is going to determine the last and final team that's going to be competing with those 4 teams in that double elimination bracket come December.
I would expect to Lee Sin at some point. With that, those 3 teams are set. We're going to find out the 4th one, but we also prioritize something else. The Janna makes a lot of sense. They've wanted Body Drop on a champion like that. Braum was a pretty big one for him, but all the same, they're going to need a little extra mobility as well to get involved in these fights. And I also think that the Syndra is a great pickup to start, but it once again telegraphs a strategy.
Yeah, Janna is sort of the unsung hero of a lot of team comps. You don't really notice her doing much except the Monsoons, but she really does a great job of sort of improving the longevity of your team fights and the longevity of your carries, specifically your AD carry. Chunky Fresh did a fantastic job, and that's something that we didn't really talk about since he's a new support player. Subbing in for Gleek really did a great job, and so enemy decides, let's take that Janna away.
Really thinking about it, they go ahead and lock in the Malphite. That makes a lot of sense. They prioritize Fresh's Braum. That's actually the only support we saw him on. That's sort of on the scrims. Immediately, they don't even want to pretend that they might be giving that one away. Lee Sin definitely going to be a pretty interesting as well. But taking up the trio away, I think they have a pretty good amount of isolation. A fair amount of that. We might see his Scion as well. This time, but of course, knowing what they were able to do last game with a lot of Janna, you have to know enemies going to play this out a little bit safer. Even if we actually haven't seen much of Chunky's support play, we can just assume that he's going to play
struggled a little bit last game. Yeah, definitely. But and you can see that both these teams have really done their research because these bans across the board. I said Lee Sin, I wouldn't be surprised, especially taking away from the Nori buds. Kazi makes a lot of sense with how they want to give him. Also, Rengar with Nori is just an explosive beast game, especially Rengar as well. And he still has the Lee Sin available, which is well. Now, Graves is something that we've actually seen pick up a lot of steam in this tournament, as well as just now. The Sivir picked up. Sivir was a pick that we saw a lot leading up to the expansion tournament in the Challengers. We didn't talk about it, but he's got that pocket Vel'Koz, and it's great for those mid-game engaged type team comps. As the best
and you also mentioned, you were talking to me a little bit when he was back on Area of Effect. We were going to play it because Elements always wanted to do it in the support. What they might try to do on the side of NME, the cycling over to Skarner too, but you know, if they did go back to it, it brings a lot of interesting possibilities. It's the makings of a chase composition here with stuff, depending on where you are in the world. An incredible way to chase down teams. They have enough CC in there. And Fusion has to watch out. They're going to look at the Zed right now like that also just happened to you. Got to be able to answer as well. I think this is a pretty solid comp altogether, but it's going to be based more on isolating targets, whereas you can already see enemies pretty solid that team fight. Although I am surprised there's no Lee Sin.
Yeah, Wolf is a very control-managed player. He really loves the Syndra, the Orianna, the Xerath is really big for him as well. And on the other side, Hui is probably the only other challenger. He's very aggressive, loves to play assassins. You can see alone from the Fizzbit and the Zed pickup tournament. Sometimes he can get a little bit too aggressive, though, and a lot of times he relies on Nintendo to be there for backup when he goes very aggressive plays in the mid lane. Got a lot of successful early games off, a lot of playmakers, so they shouldn't have an issue with that.
Yeah, which is funny about the way NME and Fusion are kind of formulated. NME is actually incredibly aggressive 4 out of 5 lanes. The only lane that's really not naturally like that is Wolf. He was really deadly. The Wolf's Claw.
We'll have to see how long
you see him, tossing those bouncing bombs all over the map. Yeah, it's funny. If you would actually were to swap them out, you'd have
on a space if he doesn't get a head early.
Dive team all around on the same. But Hui has kind of been, it's sort of like a double-edged sword. He's going goes in pretty good all-in game, but if they take these last two goes in a little bit too far and gets kind of
the same sort of goes for Mac Noon as well. We actually don't get to see Mac Noon. This is an interesting strategy for them. A lot of times
they can just do it all over again. That's what they're looking for right here.
Always on blue side that it is pick last, but we'll have to see what he's going to go with. Sion has been a really big feeling. They're feeling confident. Still on the table. So they basically a lot of their Zed and their rank 5s are sort of interchangeable for Hui in that mid lane. He was going with the Fizzband last game, which is I think even a higher impact pick for him. I think he actually plays
about something a little bit different to start off. I don't think it's sort of fit that same bill. But it's not the first time we've seen Poppy in the top lane. That's just going to be the same type of thing.
And I don't think I said he's going to lock it in. But they sacrificed the tankiness. So that's the tankiness of the support. That was very unexpected, and this should be an amazing matchup up in the top lane. Cactual versus Mac Noon on the Poppy.
Yeah, this is
going to be a pretty interesting matchup,
and you also wreak havoc his summoners too. And he shouldn't have too much trouble with that as well. Ready to make a serious impact. Going to stay a little bit safe. The charge into the enemy team. It also makes a lot of sense. Should have no trouble doing it too. So they're going to match back for blow onto Aurelia, more of an isolation. Should have an easier time in a traditional lane. Zed being picked up by Hui, but for a swap against Fusion. Instigated that. I don't even know what to say, man. Fusion and Mac Noon in particular, they do it again, and I think NME, they have to be the ones running the tempo because they let Fusion just run all over them last time.
You really have to go in a lane where you can definitely be able to CS, and Maokai not necessarily known to be a lane bully top laner. Can do when he's behind. Maokai is sort of your free pass to pick whatever top laner you want, whatever top laner you feel comfortable with, so the Aurelia might be a little bit better choice for Mac Noon, which is insane.
It's going to be a pretty terrifying time nonetheless. We saw him once, but what do you guys think? We want to know. You can go ahead and tweet us at LOL Esports using LCS Expansion. LCS Expansion, spam a lot of the Poppy stuff. Your prophecies. So, with that said, this game's going to start off pretty wild. NME always makes sure of that.
Not something that I've seen.
I think they might even be scratching their heads here. They have a whole lot of analysts on staff, and I don't think anyone predicted. In the history of forever and ever,
Noon has always been known for never seen those crazy. Usually, if someone says carry, we might as well just ban it out. Basically, any champion that he plays. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does exactly that on the Poppy. And we are
my guess was that they just had
match.
No expectation even a second time. No, he's not starting it off. He's going for that early sustain as well. No top laners. Now, okay, here we go on to Summoner's Rift. One game in the bag for Fusion, and they are looking strong out the gates on the blue side this time. A really solid fallback, especially with the perma banning of Gnar. They're not down and out yet. This is a team that has quite a few tricks to make some early level ones. They almost always do it, and here we go. You see Nori actually going to get revealed for just a second by Nintendo, who's going to throw the flag, and he sees, well, that might be a little bit too far out. He is going to come to the rescue. They want to take this level 1. Oh, wow. Charges in, no fear. Gun. Wow, the tree's already low, but Mac Noon is the one who nearly gets picked off at that one, and they decide to back away.
It seemed like that was the
talk about early aggression.
That's really bold, too, because Braum is not usually a champion that you want to fight against early
playing with fire there,
early game, especially at level 1, just because of that passive can really do work, especially to start cleaning up kills, but Mac Noon, no fear whatsoever, and Poppy can be deceptively tanky at level 1, just because of her passive. The lower she gets, the harder it is to kill her because of that percent damage reduction.
Spot out what's going to happen.
It's
meanwhile,
I guess no fear is Mac Noon's style of play.
Once he hits 6-2, it'll be even harder for enemy to team fight against this
and Poppy are all pretty fantastic at level 1.
It makes sense. There's so many things that can't really do much damage to him, and he can decide to chase somebody else down. But we've also seen that more aggressive style. It makes a lot of sense. Players we've seen so far where they just decide to try and stop enemies.
Look at this right now. This we saw last week as well. I believe it was in the Noble Truth game. Where they had Poppy at level 1 and they just they're really did the early strat where he got first blood. This is a little bit different because they're going for a late invade jungle. But there's really great ward coverage here from NME that's going to spot this whole invasion by Fusion. They're going to be able to know exactly where they are. That's going to give Nori sort of that signal to go. But you can see NME blew up second, so he should be able to react accordingly.
Definitely going to be able to
very similar start as we saw last game.
to potentially go back to swapping it up. Now MacNoon going to teleport down to the bottom side. They might just give this one up and let him jungle roam for just a little bit. And this time they won't be caught too far off guard.
Going for the lane swap
and red buff to start it off.
Everything else, something that we've seen a little bit this weekend. This is not so much reacting really well. We'll have to see how they're going to react. A lot of challenger teams struggle to be able to deal with the lane swap, but because last we said it before, NME has sort of got a little bit. They haven't been around that long, but they're improving rapidly. But I'm sure they're going to be able to deal with this. As soon as I see that both teams are lane swapping, I'm going to hit down there to not give them any chance
for all of their players, but the fact that they all are very strong in their positions.
Still doing a great job though. This is exactly how you play that popular.
Not necessarily play together, but we've seen them play on different teams. We know those styles of those players, and so far they seem to be matching pace. Definitely trying to do that exactly as you mentioned. Now Nien might be able to trouble as well. Wow, they popped the ignite on him, forcing the heal, and he's going to flash. Otter though, exhausted. He's in tower range, taking all the shots. Done. Chunky Fresh. Oh my goodness, that's going to be first blood going to Braum.
Yeah, that's just a little bit of oversight really far behind, and he's going to have to go into that 2v1 lane and afford to do early on as possible. This is just really dangerous to be able to flash. That Lightbringer still has that delay. MacNoon's in trouble.
Junglers, yeah, MacNoon on the run now with Nori. Blade Surge on forward, get the slow down the Winter's Bite. Body drop taking it, that's going to be first blood. 3.5 minutes in, and it goes over to Cat God. MacNoon did not know what hit him.
Yeah, what a plan there by NME. Nori sort of predict that teleport from MacNoon, knowing that he's got to get to lane.
Oh, he's going to jump off. There we go. Blade Surge, they might just have enough damage. One more tick.
Absolutely perfectly. They barely even took any damage from that. They pick up a nice first blood, and Poppy that's behind ended up all the way back on bad news by their own inhibitor turrets there.
Might stay behind, but they're going to try to go back to a little bit more.
Going to be able to escape from that.
Hopeful rolls for him right now, as you see.
It's very similar to last game, but
want to give him the leaving Nien Tanso alone. Well, he's been in the top lane before. I think he can.
They probably could have done it without. This is sort of has been his home for the past couple years. He was they secure that kill. Regarded as one of the best AD carries in North America a while ago. They might even try to split the LCS more than last game. It was sort of the same change.
Stunnup can actually go in on Wolf right now, but it's a jungle fight on jungle fight. Wolf actually will go down first. Are we picking him up? Teleport coming in as they bring Cat God to the party, but Nintendo is already back under tower.
Now with Fusion. Yeah,
that's a pretty good point that it sort of hits his meta the way they want it now. Nintendo jumping onto Otter and body drop. They're just going to look straight for him, but they might find a tastier Braum. Exhaust is down. They might just settle for the support, but MacNoon is not happy with just that. He's going to jump onto Otter. Has to move away from the boomerang blade though.
And it pays off for him. He's not only ahead, they are going to pick up the kill on the body drop, put a little more pressure on that. Pretty good, brilliant. But at the same time, you see a Nori going up to that mid lane, putting some pressure. And these lanes from Fusion are starting to fall a little bit behind. It seems like Cat God's in a little bit better position than MacNoon.
Trying to push Nien in, but they've already been punished for that over-aggression.
He's still struggling to get CS as well. So these top laners,
one but two lanes
I mentioned it yesterday. It
just is
not very fun.
They're going to chase Otter all the way. Spell shield doesn't even matter. He's going to have to pop his flash and his heal. Still ticking away. They want to commit to this one, but they don't have quite enough damage. Body drop doing the best he can to save the life of his carry. Again, and now Nori's joined the party. Fusion is caught behind a tower, and you see Wolf incoming. And Nori could be in trouble though. He is actually just going to jump on flash and jump away. Still goes down. That's Nintendo picking up the kill. This is haywire in the beginning. It's actually going to be Chunky finally going down. They pick up another one, taking down Nintendo. It's a double kill over to Otter. They're looking for MacNoon, and they should be able to find him. But Hui around the side, he's a flipping ninja.
Yeah, Hui picks up a kill on the back. So at the end of that,
this is a total.
It's pretty much a 2-for-2 trade because looks like MacNoon was able to get away from that. But so much aggression early on, and that's sort of what we expect from these teams. We talked about the explosive playstyle of both of these guys, and really well. It makes for a really exciting matchup. And it looked really bad for Fusion there. That you said they were caught behind a turret, they were low, but Inori sort of was on the wrong side of that team fight. That's never what you want to do, especially when you're facing a Poppy, because she can turn a fight so quickly, especially in an area where there's so many walls for her to knock you against.
Well, that's whatever that 45 seconds down there, just make a play that made it worth. Now Nien trying to be deceptively low here as Chunky Fresh comes in. Cat God's having none of that though. Not only that, he's popping the Howling Gale down. We didn't touch on this, but it's been a pretty brutal slugfest up there. Considering one of the champions is raining around a lot more
a little bit ridiculous. And you can tell Nien, since he's had a lot of time to free farm for most of this beginning 6 minutes of this game, he's actually got almost double the CS of Otter, because Otter's sort of been involved in a lot of skirmishes. Fusion's been doing a lot better of a job disrupting that AD carry farm where enemy just sort of sent he hasn't really had time to farm by himself, whereas McNoon
focusing
has.
him out
so
yet again. He's got nowhere to go, and he does have the ghost, but not going to use it. One more boomerang blade, knockback, and Otter's got 3 kills.
It's so
because he doesn't need CS when he's got that many in his pocket already.
Yeah, I'm sure if you look at that gold, it's probably about even. They both have BF swords now, so it's going to be even. And McNoon, he's having a rough time in this game. He's just getting absolutely focused, and that's a great plan from real damage.
Yeah, I think they're recognizing the fact that a troubling thing right now. Now, Fusion's going to jump in onto Otter. He's going to have to dash away.
Yeah, they might have even scouted it. You said earlier, maybe they weren't expecting it, but right now it seems like they know exactly how to deal with it.
Going to jump over Wolf, and this could be trouble right now. Chum the Water's down, going to get it, fighting him.
No, they're making sure Wolf
may not hit. I don't know though who he goes way too far forward, and Wolf unleashes the power. That's going to be a nice pickup there.
Yeah, just sort of ran out of juice there, and Wolf was able to pick up that kill. But I mean, that's just how he likes to play. He's going to fall a little bit behind now, but I think he should still be in a 5 position. Which is actually happening all the way across the map.
Someone hit a switch and go, Chunky fresh, and in the end, Tonto going to find body drop here. Almost melts. The heal's already out. They're going to turn for Otter, but it's already in tower range. It's so close.
NME is not going to give this one up without a fight, though.
This might be pretty close here. You go in, doesn't actually pick off the steal, but Inori will get the jump off. Now it's body drop pretty low. Otter, unbreakable. They're still going on this one. The end, finally going to find body drop, and that will be the dragon and the kill. Inori
willing to make those super aggressive, risky moves like we saw Otter. Yeah, not only do they pick up the dragon and a kill in that situation, he probably could have gotten the kill was up in the top lane with teleport ready. He stayed back and being able to pick up trade farm himself. So he's starting to get to that point. He's hit level 6. Care for the mid-game. Whoa,
they're going to find McNoon though. Yeah, Nori. Oh boy, he's pretty low. He's going to flash forward for it. Wow. Did spend that one, but he managed to pick off the Poppy all the same. McNoon again, he's unafraid to even trade 1v2s.
This is deja vu, man, because the second death in the last game happened in almost the exact same spot while he was doing the exact same thing. But the name of the game for McNoon on Poppy is map pressure.
Makes the roam up top, and Nori on the jump. And again, McNoon's going to go down pretty soon, but he might delay it for just a second. Oh my goodness, can he take down Nori? Yes, he can. Going to fall down, but to make it a 1-for-1 hashtag work.
Yeah, that's definitely worth for McNoon, and you can tell just by his positioning. He was all the way by the blue buff, and NME did a great job of closing on him. But he ended up trading 1-for-1. Now you do get the assist over to NME, but when you're behind his McNoon is in this game right now, you pick up anything that you can, and he was just drawing attention away from everybody else on the map. Who he's starting to pull ahead of CS
so aggressive, knocking down the towers
starting to look up.
This is the most normal game we probably could have expected from them after that first go wherever you want.
Yeah, at this point in the last game, I think we had close to 10 kills. Right now it's 5.
Has been doing a pretty solid job, I would say,
kills in this game than we see in a lot of other challenger series.
He's done pretty solid for himself on the Zed. It's hard to 1v1 somebody like Wolf who's going to stay safe. Yes, he's on Syndra.
He sort of resorted to farming his jungle, which is sort of that
potentially
point
assassinate
on Pantheon where you're like,
Zed
okay,
typically is going to be really useful for these roams. So
I'm just going to try and farm my jungle, get 6 as quick as possible, and then try and make an impact. But that's a really big deal that he wasn't able to make something happen earlier.
For everybody but Nien, who's just kind of doing his own thing now. Bullied out just a little bit. You see down, but Otter's having to back away. This dragon will get started up actually a little bit late for Fusion standards. Who he intended to come to the party. You can see who just saving his... Oh, he might come in. Oh, he waits for the spell shield to be already down. The ult is popped as well, so Otter trying to save body drop for just a minute, return the favor. But again, Fusion diving deep now. McNoon could be in trouble yet again. And Inori jumping in there with CatGod. He just wants to focus it. Poppy all day. Actually, he's going to have to bounce away and pick up another power.
So much focus on the McNoon, but at this point,
it's
sort of to a fault because while they're getting McNoon behind,
just a little bit more.
It looks like this is what Fusion wants, at least at this point of the game, because they're just getting objectives all across the map elsewhere and really putting Otter and Body also know when they're 30 CS up with 1 kill under his belt.
Wow, dude, no fear. He's going to jump the Cataclysm, and Otter's got nowhere to go, no escapes, and he's going to go down. Intended might fall, but wait a minute, body drops low.
Now who he actually
get the kill? He might be able to sapling, but what's the flash away? CatGod now. He has nowhere he can go as well with the end and Chunky Fresh just chunking him out, I suppose, would be the best description.
Yeah, and Fusion is just sort of taking control of this game right now. Inori's going to try and get this up in the top lane, but McNoon's going to be here to stop him from pushing any further.
In range to defend.
And I think that's a little bit of a misstart to get pretty disastrous for the last fight. And who has used this sort of playing right into the style of Wolf. We talked about it earlier. Wolf, so we didn't really have much player that likes to play aggressive. Very
CatGod, he could be in trouble, but McNoon's actually taking a lot of tower shots there. The diplomatic immunity does not extend to turrets.
Just be that sort
of supportive midlaner. With Inori in the group as well,
an aggressive
they're
player
able
like
to deter him off that, but he wants round number 2.
He's doing okay in CS, but he's just sort of staying by his turret and just getting the farm that he can. He's not making an impact anywhere else on the map.
That's McNoon. Yeah, and they really haven't... been wanting to do that safe game. They've been wanting to make the aggressive plays all around. It's just been so close every time. The gold is actually really even here, but again, enemy's win conditions are always this. You need to get little edges in this entire tournament so far, but to close out the game, you can see the difference 25 minutes in how they're playing. They have not had a chance to do that. They've been behind both of these games. They know that they take their win conditions very seriously.
This time it's going to be a little bit tougher for them to get back to a game if they get behind. It was tough for them last game, but they don't have that silver play engages or the disengages. Pantheon could fall off a little bit if he keeps going at the pace that he's going right now.
Nintendo's just going to be able to all over the map. And speaking of not just him, everybody from Fusion's on backup duty now.
From behind,
Cax, he might be in trouble. He's going to be able to walk it out. He's a big tree, but this tower will not last so long. Fusion decides to start this big game early. And NME, they're just looking at the scatter.
Yeah, they're going to be the ones to start this dragon, which is being on red side probably gives an advantage. Nintendo's going to look for a steal.
Yeah, he has the flash to get in and out if he wants to.
Oh my goodness, he takes it on a W. What? Wow, the zoom in, all the way to the red side of the map. You can see all the wards that he plays, and they're really setting up their pushes nicely right now. All 5 members are in the top lane pushing this. An enemy is not even going to be close to going even on this base race.
Yeah, they are not all in position. Fusion says go, and they hit the gas. That's going to be 3 towers down. They've cracked the inhibitor shell. It's 13 minutes in. A massive oversight for NME.
Him and Wolf
just
go at each other
stabs in lane. I actually
don't want the lane phase to end because it's just been
beautiful.
And just great vision control. I can't stress it enough. You look at that blue side of the map. Enemy's blue side of the map. That's Fusion's blue side of the map, basically. They control 3/4 of that jungle area, and that just allowed them to really just surprise them, put all 5 members into the top lane. They have a really aggressive moves because of their mid-game power spikes.
He's looking to mix it up now. Chunky Fresh, he knows that he doesn't have anywhere to go, but it's Body Drop who's actually taking up the shots. They can cancel this teleport. It actually cancels itself. McNoon says no thank you. Chunky on the run, but he's going to the wrong base right now. Looks like it could only be a matter of time.
They can answer back on this.
I think we've seen this before. They need to start looking pretty tanky, but they will be able to polish him off. Or maybe not. Wow, nice flash away. He's really dedicated to running out of here. But the Dragon is up in 10 seconds. This could be the places to go. Many places to go. A lot of these have been skirmishes that have
so we're just going to pan away from this.
Let's just assume that
story in a few minutes.
Actually, he might just escape. Goodbye here. They're starting to muscle out enemy, and they're just looking to start this one off, or at least deter enemy from even going top. Cax knows he can't go far for this one, so McNoon's actually just going. This is like the tower map, and so sieging guard right here.
As soon as he gets close, I know that Nintendo's not going to be hesitating to go in, but Wolf's coming in for the backup.
Yeah, and they have to see this one coming. It's going to be a 2v2, but how's it going to turn out? Cax actually, he's going to take the fight. McNoon says, let's go. Wolf now didn't expect the bug. McNoon's actually going to run for Wolf. No damage to the fish. Oh my goodness. Hello, that's who he coming in, but it's McNoon getting the kill. Now CatGod running back to the safety of his tower. Blade Surge onto a minion, running away, but they've been running to the wrong base. Both teams now. Cax is going to melt. That's a double kill for McNoon, and they juggle the aggro. He's pretty low already. Is able to get away. He doesn't even get a chance to ult off, and Fusion has to bail out of town. Body Drop leading the charge. And here they go.
They had Hui on standby to make sure that, hey, if this gets sketchy, we need you to come in. Whereas they knew Nori was on the bottom side of the map. McNoon stayed in a little bit too long. I don't think he expected to get CC'd that much. It's usually a great plan when you have a Poppy. They're starting to get a lot of focus onto the player that's on Poppy, and then use that diplomatic immunity to just mostly giving them their gold the other team and allow your team to get in position.
They need to stay alive here. Body Drop in a lot of trouble. Monsoon is on, but he's still running away. The Summoner heal burn, and Body Drop will just make it up, but this tower is not going to last very long. In an even-numbered matchup, Fusion just keeps coming out on top. Grabs him that buff. The one thing looking for now, there was a pretty solid minion wave on that top side.
Getting some free from that bot lane, so that's going to sort of remedy some of the scaling issues that Pantheon might have, but they're giving up so much on the rest of the map that it might not even be worth it. Oh my goodness,
that is going crazy right there. They finished the pop otter. It's McNoon picking up the kill. They jump on Wolf and Body Drop. They've got nowhere to go as well. Ruhi with the killing spree, and they've juggled the aggro so effectively here. Fusion going to take down a tower, take down 3 kills.
He needs to make sure that he's available for his team. Yeah, they are struggling right now to find a foothold in this game. Fusion just collapsing on them so quickly, taking out 3 members.
They can keep
just
going
as fast as
like
Fusion came into that fight, so this is just not looking good whatsoever for Enemy. They really need to just sort of get Fusion control
just because
of their own
have
jungle
that better
and be able to see these flanks coming, because a Jarvan Poppy combination, they're going to flank you every single time they're looking for a fight. They even spotted McNoon out by their blue buff moving around towards the mid lane. They just sort of stayed a little bit too long, and this is just an enemy team that's looking lost.
They still have a lot of damage in their back pocket. They might have to rely a lot on Cax though going forward. I don't know if they want to do that. And they get out completely scot-free.
Is the
This has been the story of the
top laners for both of these teams are probably the strong points
they don't need
for these guys. So
and this is sort of
a rally, probably a little bit of a game where two explosive teams are battling it out. What happens is they both try to make aggressive moves early.
He goes into the flank and then he just kind of walks on
the top. It's usually the team that dominates the game.
Like
this is sort of an accelerated game from what we're used to. It's only 17 minutes in.
Oh boy, body drop. He could be in trouble. Inori already getting out.
Oh, where's he going?
Sacrifice the support player on that one as the Grand Skyfall Fusion again. Every single time they smell blood, they go right on between Chunky and the end. He might not have anywhere to go now. Nintendo jumping on in relentless pursuit. Away rather. Otter's gonna have to blow his flash as well. Now who he's jumping on him? The tree. They shred his bark down. That's McNoon with a killing spree 4-5 on the Poppy, and maybe they're not getting a whole lot of kills out of it, but they're forcing those key summoners. You mentioned it. It's 17.5 minutes in. They're looking to take down an inhibitor. This is nuts.
They also have the inhibitor turret down up in the top side as well, so this is Fusion just absolutely destroying this map. And you said it, as soon as they smell blood, they do not hesitate for a lot longer, so we can see to go in for a fight. And not even on the Maokai, who went in and his team was just like, okay, we're here, we're following up. They're just picking up Fusion's doing a great job right now, but who he could be caught out.
Oh, yes, he could. That's going to be CatGod picking him up. The 1-2 punch with the unleashed power from Wolf, and now chasing down
at the same time. We mentioned such an accelerated game. 5K may not be that big of a lead at 25 minutes.
Just a little bit too late for the party, and he's still going down. Whoa, Wolf, bitten off a little more than he could chew there. That's McNoon on a rampage already. Meanwhile, the jungler's going to duke it out. It's not a team fight, it's a slugfest.
Yeah, and McNoon is still just running around. He's going to
go for it.
Wow,
there was a good job. Okay, that is 2 for 2, but that turret from going down. Man, was that a little bit bloody? Now Nien has joined the crew in the middle. The supports are coming in as well. Sometimes not. They feel a little left out. Now CatGod going to jump onto Chunky Fresh, but he's getting chunked out just a little bit himself. Otter, that bit him in the behind. He's able to get piercing light out in the end. Issues. Moving around. Man, just can't even catch these fast enough. It's just 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. And a lot of individual effort, especially from Fusion, netting them that even score.
McNoon has that blood radar going on in his head right now. As soon as he sees someone low health, not let up their pressure. You know what? McNoon this whole game. Screw whatever I'm doing right now. I'm going for Fusion. That's exactly what he did in that fight. He probably could have done without CatGod for a little bit longer, but he said, you know what? Inori's diving on mid laner. I sense a free kill. I'm going down for that.
5 deaths.
I mean, 4-2-1 this game. Already finished that Trinity Force even a little bit faster than last game, I do believe. So Fusion's still holding on to about a 2K gold.
Is such a I don't know if it's going to be for long. Now Wolf, they land the chum. The Waters, the end, does eat a face full of unleashed power, but it doesn't even matter. Already Wolf is down. And Fusion could be looking for this dragon. They don't seem too interested just yet, because they've got a pretty big minion wave built up to this mid side.
Shut down super hard so much pressure on that mid lane right now with that wave. They're going to be able to manage to put pressure on the map despite being behind on the dragon. Also going to get a blue buff as a consolation prize. And is still managing to do a great job of that. Seems to be how Fusion operates. They control really fantastic mid portion of the map. They look for picks as soon as they get a pick. They know exactly what they need to do, capitalizing on those objectives. And now all of a sudden they explode into that 4,000 gold lead area, 5,000 even with the top lane. So this game just got broken wide open.
Okay, guys, you can all get in. Blue buff and a dragon. They grab everything. Then we will push from there because no one will be around to stop us.
Yeah,
away from Otter and Body Drop to stay in as safe as they can, but Inori's going to look for the zone.
Let up.
He's not going to land in time. Actually, positioning could have been a little bit better there, and he will be able to get out. But again, it always seems like enemy just a step or two behind
closing gaps
Fusion
and cleaning up fights.
Yeah,
and also they have the Kha'Zix. Syndra is great for that as well. So
underwhelming.
Oh, suddenly there comes a McNoon. CatGod trying to duel him out, but that blue buff looking tasty, and he wants to find a diplomatic immunity zone. Not going to stop the towers, but it doesn't even matter. He picks them off. The stun wears away, and McNoon walks away happy.
So it's just a matter of controlling the rest of the map and capitalizing on any mistake that enemy is going to make by moving out of their base without kill.
Well, they've already moved out of their base. They had the vision, but they may not have the positioning now. Nintendo's going to get fired down at the north, but meanwhile, the unleashed power, so Wolf is able to get the death mark onto Inori. Meanwhile, charging forward, dueling with not just Body Drop and Otter, but Inori now joining the party. And it's going crazy. Otter follows on the Chunky Fresh. It has been a lot of trades back and forth, but again, the tower pushing has so far been, and he actually goes down immediately. 2 for 2 right now. McNoon on the chase, and they're going to settle for that one.
Probably could have afforded to push a little bit harder down that bottom lane. 0-3 to now being on a rampage. McNoon is just being so disruptive in these team fights. As soon as that diplomatic immunity's pop, they're going to go ahead and so hard to be able to communicate to switch off of the Poppy and switch onto someone else and have your focus fire be enough to take someone down. Just far enough behind. McNoon's just doing so much damage in these fights, and also Huhi as well is being able to get to that backline and disrupt.
A little bit better this game than they were able to last time, but hey, suddenly teleporting poor
beginning,
Poppy
but
Wolf
they managed
is
to
getting
salvage it,
nightmares,
clean it
deja
up,
vu all
and now
over
they
again,
have
but
a
he's able to
solid
determine for just a moment.
8,000
Okay, that's fine. I'll
gold
find
lead
myself a Janna.
at 21
Body drop in
minutes, and they're
trouble.
still
Gonna get the
in a
Howling Gale off,
fantastic
and that's gonna
spot in this
deter
game. The
both
bright point here for
Mac and
NME
Huhi from jumping on
has
that
been
one, but you
Honor.
can
His
see the
positioning's
burst damage
been
that he's
pretty
bringing.
good.
Absolutely
in these fights,
no
but he can't
hesitation.
Oh, wait a minute, teleport! Speaking of no
Didn't have
hesitation,
the ability
Cacnot
to
says
help
whatever you
engage
can
or
do, I can do
disengage
better.
first
Jumps
fight.
in, but he doesn't
So,
have the
and that
damage
cost
up, put
enemy the
Mac
armor.
walking away from him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is definitely a slugfest happening right now. These teams, zero hesitation in going in on these team fights. A lot of the times you see top players trying,
game. Here we go again. He's going to get a little far behind. Nien does have an escape path, but Inori in hot pursuit right now. Can Nien valk away? Yes, he can to join Chunky Fresh and the crew. And they are just doing everything they can to just run enemy around the map.
Yeah, this is just going to be harder and harder. Seems like he's to deal with.
Oh, they're going to jump in. Cacnot, about to walk into a trap, but Nintendo's already low. The heal's out. Cax, he's going to be able to pop the kill. It's actually body drop picking it up, but they're going to follow up on the Wolf. Otter's here. Inori, body drop. They can zone around. Wow, they're already starting to melt though. Wolf's down. Chunky Fresh taking up all the damage. And Fusion somehow able to come back and keep this one going. Otter's going to get Chunky, but it may just be a consolation prize. Double kill going over to MacNoon, and they're looking for body drop. Can he pick the triple? He's certainly going to chase for it.
At the same time, they have
just out of tower range. Oh my goodness, Huhi.
Disengaged support. So Fusion has done a
Okay.
great job of sort of balancing out the areas of their team.
So that ends up being a
And
3-for-2 trade.
I mean, controlling the game enough to where
Fusion.
enemies
So
just
not the
have
biggest
many
victory,
options
but
going into these fights.
they're still just
boy.
pulling so far ahead in
The
this game.
unseen
The
team.
pressure that they're applying on
This might
the
be the
map,
deadliest. Body
you
drop.
said it correctly.
Ooh,
They're
be
just
careful.
sort of
They don't know where
pulling
they are. They might think
enemy
it's a
all the way
Baron.
across both sides of the map.
Body drop
It's
is not
forcing
on the
Inori to
worst
try and
champion to
make
be able
those
to check
big grand
this, but
skyball
ooh,
plays,
okay.
but I think
Fusion
he's
gets
pulling the
little
trigger a
impatient there.
little
That
too
could
quickly.
have been
I said it once and I'll
pretty
say it again. It's been
crazy
very
fight, or
underwhelming,
at
and he
least a
needs to
very
sort of make
difficult.
high-impact
Three members
ultimates
of Fusion were actually
for
behind
enemy to be
body
able to
drop
have
on
any
that. If they were
chance
able
of
to
coming
spot
back
him
in
out,
this game,
they
but
could
Fusion
collapse
once
really
again
quickly.
looks
Now
like
So he's
they
pretty
have
fortunate.
Enemy looking to try and shove
Absolutely
this one up here
no intentions of
because
letting
they
up.
don't see Fusion
Oh,
at
no.
all. Now they're going
Enemy
to flank on
has
Winoric. How fast can
few
he go in
options
this?
here to try and
Actually
go
going to
for
burn
it.
his
You
flash
can just
immediately,
see
but he's in
how
a war.
fearless Fusion
Cullen
is.
comes out,
Those
Matt
low
Noon
health
on the
bars, they
chase
take
as
away the
well.
red.
They'll
They
be able
can't
to
answer
just get
back
this
on
one.
us.
Oh,
It
Huhi from the
doesn't
back.
even
They're going
matter.
to catch
So
him
now,
anyways.
and
Death Bar
Death
is
Bar
down.
is
They
nice
find
and
Wolf, but there's a
they're
shutdown
diving
going over to
has really
Inori.
no
They have a
bounds
number
this game, and
advantage,
they just
but Wolf's already
continue to
gone.
go.
Goodbye, Mac Noon. He's
feel like
taking
this is
down
the
the
kind of team
whole
you buy
team.
and
The
don't
end's in the party as well. Mac Noon's going to go down. That's a double kill for Inori. It is a 4-3 game right now, but Nintendo looking to even that one up. Shutdown goal going over to him. They're looking for more. They want to find Cax. He's in the middle, but wait, body drop. Chunky Fresh reset the team fight, he says. Body drop going down. Otter running away fast as he can. And Fusion not about to let him get out of there. Nintendo looking for the kill.
What a clutch monsoon there from Chunky Fresh, just absolutely disrupting the remaining three members. That was a legitimate 3v3,
at this
but he
point,
pushed
they
it
have to be
back,
careful not to
split
let it
him
get
up,
stolen away.
and they
Nintendo
couldn't
didn't even
collapse
need a
enough to be able to
smite
focus
last
down on that team fight.
That was a little bit of a
just
rough
enough
steal
at the
for
beginning of
Nori
that fight
that
to
shook
allow
him
his
up
team to catch up to him,
just a
take
little
out a
bit,
member of
but
enemy,
can't let it
and
shake
then
you up that
sacrifice
much.
his life once again
Because
for
they
his
still got a
team.
chance in this game.
The
They're
one
really
thing is,
far behind,
Nien
but
really has to focus on
it's still anybody's game at this
getting
point.
in and out of the
Fusion's
fights
game
better.
to
You can
lose,
see
but
he sort of
it's still
lags behind,
anybody's
doesn't
game,
choose the right
and
time. He
they
hasn't
really
died
gotta
in this
find a way to
fight,
deal with Mac
or
Noon.
in
He's
this
got 7
game
kills right
yet.
now.
Yeah,
But he's just really not having as much of an impact for his team as he could be. Still though, Fusion has a huge lead in this game,
not able
and
to take
Enemy
down.
still struggling to find that foothold.
Nori on the other side, they will grab themselves a clue, but Nori might not last very long here. Nintendo, he's jumping in, up, tag team. Let's take him down. It's actually Huhi picking him up, but that just happened. Was there as well.
Look at this vision.
Poppy charge in.
All in enemy's
never
jungle right
expect
now.
that
Fusion has
when you're down a member that they're going to just
over the
double
map.
back
They
and
don't even
engage us.
care about
And
the
that is
Baron
what
right
Fusion
now,
has done
just because
consistently.
they're getting
and
so
they've
much
done
out of
it
just
so
controlling the
well.
vision
They
in the
get
jungle,
nearly the ace
rotating
of that
from
one.
lane to
Cax was
lane,
the
picking
only
up
one that made
picks
it out
and
alive.
picking up turrets, and picks has
No, it
been
didn't
sort
turn
of the
into an
name of the
objective,
game.
but a couple more
Fusion right
fights
now.
like
They
that,
have the team for
enemy
it.
will have
And
a lot
they
more to
have
worry
the
about.
play style for it as a team as well. MacNoon just facilitating so many kills across the map.
They're just picking towers at this point. They've been able to do so much, just like they were in the last game.
Because the longer this game goes on, the less percentage gold they'll be up. And the longer this game goes on, the more chances enemy is going to have to find that mistake and to capitalize on that mistake.
Everyone from enemy is there.
That they're going to be more likely to make as the later this game goes. You could tell enemy now feeling a lot more confident after that fight. Going in,
all the same, Nintendo's going to set something up. He might go down, but we've seen this one before. Here's the flank. It's MacNoon, and Huhi's in the picture. They're not going to jump for Inori. They want Otter. He's going to try to run away from this one. MacNoon.
Here we go. They want to try to fight, but
and they're already got the chill. The water's on away from him as fast. Diplomatic immunity, and Wolf is down. They're trying to save their lives. Body roll. They have to cancel it out. They do get a double kill for Nien, and they're jumping all over enemy. That's a triple kill. Can he even need the tower? Looks like Drop. That's going to be the ace. Quadra kill. Going over to the end. Tanso. Double buff to boot.
The only person to fall in that fight from this time over to the Tanso, and that was so much work on the backline. Aces I've seen in the mid-game team with Enemy. They just have so much snowball potential, and then they run straight down the middle with so much confidence. But Fusion just say, you know what, we're just flank you from behind. And Tanso's putting out so much damage as well. I just don't see any way for Enemy to get an ace these and a Baron just for one started kill. So that pretty much solidifies Fusion's Cat God, which is the champion that they wanted to be on in this game. But they still, it looked like they
this has been what Nintendo's done the entire time. Goes in, Cataclysm, buys enough time for his team to get him to teleport up to the top. I don't care if I die. I'm going to get my team quite easily. Enemy just has not been able to find any sort of fight. They're so far down. The Grand Skyfall is going to come in, but this is just going to be a sacrifice. And Nori, he can't even pick up a kill. That's another one picked up by Magnoon. The end going to melt body drop. And hello, goodbye, back to Fountain.
He gets the crit from absolutely obliterates. We might as well just try and go for this mid turret.
Fusion's just being not a great way as well. Oh my goodness! He gets his zombies off just in time. And they pop really no way to get back into this one. They're down 15,000 back and forth even with the mid game. This is their nightmare. They do not want to have to deal with this kind of very close thing. The Zombies is going to be their only hope if this game continues the way it is. Still effectively a 4 for 4. And it looks like Fusion's going to try to start this one up.
They do have the Baron buff, but a 45 is hard nonetheless. So far, how far ahead? You are on the gold.
They're going to find this fight, and Ori, he could go down. He's been melting. They squished the bug. Once again, Magnoon in the front. Body drop. He's pretty low as well. Wolf is running as fast as he can to get back to this one, but it might be too late. It's a double kill for Magnoon again. I feel like I'm repeating myself every single time here. Otter, he could go down. Triple kill for Magnoon on the bottom, and they're going for more. And also, Tanso is going to pick that one up. It's only Wolf. Magnoon wants it. He's going to go for it. One more shit, and he does it. The quadra kill for Magnoon. And they're heading for the base.
The quadra kill Poppy, and they actually have an open inhibitor turret up in this top lane. This is going to be a definite push. They might even try to end the game here. Might be a little bit bold, but they have the Janna for the shield.
And Chunky.
It looks like they're going to back off. What a team fight from them. And Wolf was nowhere to be found. He was so low from that engagement.
Enemy doesn't know who to target. Now Chunky's going to get stunned up for just a second.
That should have been Enemy's Q. I mentioned a 5v4
this last inner turret.
It's not a great idea when you have Baron,
it's the inhibitor turrets,
when you have Baron is exactly what you want. They did not hesitate to pull the trigger. There's not much that they can do. With a quadra kill for it.
Speaking of no hesitation, now they really want to answer back. They find Chunky fresh and Nori.
But Magnoon,
he's going all the way for Fountain. Whoa, that burst! They're going forward. They just want to end it right here, right now. Magnoon getting pushed back by the big monsoon, but it may not be enough. Cat God could be in a little bit of trouble here. They don't even take the tower. They're going to pick it off finally. Chunky Fresh still staying alive, and they're going in for round number 2. Huhi now jumping on. He finds body drop. They're chasing him all the way back to Fountain. It's only Wolf and Nori standing. Wolf nearly going down. Gonna heal up one more. Magnoon going for the dive, and he picks him off the Fountain.
Magnoon is just going off in these two games on this Poppy. Finishes the Infinity Edge. Now this is ridiculous. Double-digit kills in both of these games on Poppy. What a high-impact player Magnoon has been in this series. And Infusion is just showing dominance right now in this round of 8.
And they don't try to end it just here. They're feeling pretty confident. Try to get on out. Chunky's going to get jumped on by Nori, but they don't have any backup here. He's just trying to buy time, stop the boards, but he takes so much poke, and they don't have an answer. Thundering 12 and 6.
They're just trying to pick up whatever they can right now because they're on their last line of defense. Only one Nexus turret left in Fusion. Just a couple more kills, and they could just push in and end the game. Magnoon is showing no hesitation in diving past these turrets they had.
They just exploded! Once again, he's down. It's Huhi on a spree. He manages to take down body drop, and Otter falls to the Nintendo X. They can't even leave their base at this point. Stay alive, though, and actually, they don't take too much to try and salvage something here. He's going to find Chunky. There's an Nori. They're going to get a little bit back in the end, and Tanso's going to finally go down. That's the first death he's had all game.
So they stay alive for a little bit longer, but how much longer is it? Because
you see what Enemy's trying to do
Fusion
here.
is just not letting up.
They're going to try. Oh my goodness, Wolf! He's got to run away, but he's got nowhere to go. Magnoon, he says, I can take you all over again. He gets the double kill, and he gets out. Magnoon, how about that with the ace?
With a sliver of health, just goes into a legitimate 2v1 and picks up his 12th and 13th kill of the game. He is unstoppable.
muscle, a bit of vision back. I think he's godlike, but Fusion's not making it easy.
McNoon, he's all of it. Window there. Godlike, unstoppable. He's just every super minions pushing up on that top side of the map. This is just grouping in 5, trying to make something happen. But
if you had told me at the start of the day that we'd see
right now,
he's going for a Nori, and he might just let the bug once again. He's going to be able to get out of that one. At this point, I probably should just say, yeah, okay, finish the sentence at this point. They're going all in. McNoon in the back of the base. Wait a minute, this isn't our base, this is your base, apparently. Wolf gets the Zhonya's off, but it doesn't even matter. Godlike kill for McNoon. They're jumping. Otter with the shield. I don't think it's going to matter. Cacti going down. Everybody is up, and just McNoon finally falling over. The towers are going down. This one is all over. And NME Esports dropping game number 1. Fusion looking strong in 31.5.
What a performance there by Fusion, and especially McNoon. I don't think any of us expected the stranger things have happened in the world. Game there.
It's just going to be really tough.
What a performance. He was shut down early on, started the game 0-3.
They do work together as a unit.
Struggling to find CS in that early laning phase, and was dove multiple times.
They've had managed to come back, get up a quad kill. Well, who he's having a fun time too.
Something like
he's just, win or lose, he just wants to have the insane.
We need a McNoon tracker. Where is he? Okay, he's pushing up the mid lane.
Go that hard.
It's only going to be a matter of time before he goes inside.
Really two people here, and this is Fusion just saying, you can't deal with all of us. You can barely deal with some of us. They have played incredibly. They're going to go for this. I mean, okay, so there we go. They clear the waves. They definitely got it after the fact, but they have to deal with the Super Minions on top. They can't hold out forever. And McNoon, again, wherever he goes, they have to send at least 2 to deal with him. But I don't think anyone can prepare you for what Fusion just
did. And Nori actually, both of these teams, we mentioned it earlier, very explosive types of twice, but it seems like Fusion, I mean, it's just going to be really hard for them to find that point where they can pull the trigger. At this point, even if they get lead a little bit in the early to mid game, so tough enough.
Oh, they might find him. He wanders into the chum the waters, and that's not going to be enough to keep him alive. Body drop with the Monsoon. He's running away from this one. And Nori, he gets Nintendo though, but McNoon is in the base. Otter, wow, what's half his bar? I can't believe it. Body drop. He might fall down too. Yes, he does. Double kill for McNoon, finally shut down by CatGod, but all the same, Hui's on the chase. The Super Minions are in the base, and I don't think there's anything NME can do to come back from this one. Cax, you might be the only hope, but you might be dead in just a moment. Hui playing with his food, and he might just have this ace.
And he concedes it over, and with that kill, that should solidify Fusion's victory over NME Esports, 2-0, and it looks like Fusion should be moving on, the final team to move on to that Final Four. Wow.
They did it in style. I mean, this game was assured a few minutes ago, but they certainly have been following it up. And again, you look at the fountain dives, they shut down, finally going over to Hui, but rather to Wolf as he gets down Hui. But man, you can't even describe what just happened there. They turned on the gas, they never let up, and NME Esports was left in the dust.
Yeah, that was just, we talked about it, NME Esports, they're not as rough of a team around the edges as we just saw right there. Fusion just made them look silly at some points in that game. You really got to hand it to them for being able to push so hard at all points in the game. So much map pressure in that early game and mid game, just so much good decision making. And McNoon was the catalyst in their victories, really just disrupting those team fights up so much, able to get 2v1 with 2 kills later in the game in that second game. And just Fusion probably should be one of the teams to watch going forward into that Final Four.
Absolutely, and it's very rare that a team is able to live up to that much hype, but the individual performance, the team level effort was incredible. Nintendo, excellent kill participation. He followed up, he started every single one of those big fights. They found him in the jungle, they found him in the lanes, they found him wherever they wanted. Hui, massive performances, both Zed and Fizz. And Wolf is not at all a terrible player. He's definitely a solid laner.
Yeah.
But to take him down and make him look really not that great, it was an incredible effort individually. And again, McNoon just running wild all over this team. And you know, big ups to everybody on the Fusion side. They managed to really just make it look not just easy, but beautiful.
Yeah, and so NME Esports run ends there, but Fusion is going to move on. So with that, we can actually go ahead and take a look at the final brackets for this online portion.
Yep, of course, over in Group A, we saw yesterday Final 5 took a 2-0